And on that note, we're joined by our correspondent Halal Safadi with the latest from the Gaza Strip.
Well, the latest was that there are 8 more people injured after 2 airstrikes hit 2 family houses, Abdu family and Ziara family. 8 were injured from Abdu family and 4 from Ziara family, and they have been received into hospitals in Gaza. Airstrikes continue to take place in North Gaza as well, hitting more targets and injuring more civilians. So we're talking about a minimum of 1,260 people who were injured and over 170 that were killed. The situation does not seem that it's getting any better, as thousands of Palestinian families have evacuated their homes earlier last night, as Israel threw leaflets and Israeli soldiers called them on their phones, asking them to leave their houses in preparation of a ground incursion, and also their houses would be bombed if they don't leave it. So they have left their homes and seek refuge in UN schools. So right now, UN schools, a number of UN schools in North Gaza are receiving people and families. We're talking about over 2,000 families that are now in UNRWA schools, leaving their houses behind them. However, during this night, there was no ground incursion as Israel claimed, and so families here are kind of worried if it was only a psychological war that Israel is actually targeting or looking for, as nothing happened on the ground last night after they were asked to evacuate their homes.
Hala, also tell us about the retaliatory rockets fired by the resistance fighters from Gaza. They've also promised that these rockets will hit further into Israel than ever before.
The Qassam brigades continue to threaten Israel. If they continue their aggression, they would actually hit the centers of Tel Aviv and Jerusalem and Haifa. So we've been hearing in Gaza a number of rockets launched towards Israel. The latest were that in Ashdod. The military groups in Gaza are retaliating and responding to Israel's continuous attacks, but we cannot really put them on the same scale. We cannot put the oppressor and the oppressed on the same scale, as well as the occupier and the occupied. So the rockets that are being fired from Gaza, compared to the rockets Gaza has been receiving and the tons of explosions that Gaza has been receiving in those 8 days, cannot really be compared, especially looking at the numbers of casualties in the lines of Israel and the numbers of casualties in Gaza Strip. However, they're doing their best to take revenge for the blood of innocent people who were killed in cold blood, as they said in a number of speeches they have delivered. People in Gaza, or Hamas, is riding a wave of support from Gazans after proving that they are the only ones who are defending the rights of Palestinians, especially after Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian Authority chief, speech, and as he stated that his hands are still open for peace, and he actually criticized the rockets, the self-defense rockets that were launched from Gaza into Israel. So this has actually changed number of scales in Gaza, especially towards Palestinian Mahmoud Abbas, and the reaction of people towards his statements, criticizing the rockets that are now the only thing that Palestinians have to defend themselves and to defend their occupied land against the illegal occupation of Israel.
Thank you very much. Press TV's Halal Safadi joining us from Gaza.